So normally with the late round draft picks, round 6 and 7 guys during draft weekend, along with the undrafted free agents, most of them won't make the team for the upcoming season. They'll get released and they'll either get relegated to the practice squad or they'll just go to another team altogether. In terms of the undrafted free agent signings by your Minnesota Vikings, I've got 3 guys that I believe have a ton of potential, and I have full confidence that they're going to make the 53-man roster for the 2020 season. We're going to start with Nivelle Clark, cornerback from Central Florida. One word that I'll use to describe this man, he's simply an irritant. He's the NBA equivalent of Patrick Beverley. He really sticks to his man like glue, and I can see how the aggressive play style of a Nivelle Clark, let's say the receiver that he's facing on a particular snap, if he's facing that receiver for the majority of snaps over the course of a 4-quarter game, I can see how the aggressive play style of a Nivelle Clark can really affect the psyche of that opposing wide receiver unless he's a tough-ass football player. He plays big body, 6'1", 190 pounds. Just imagine yourself trying to run routes in your own backyard while being covered by a forest tree. At the same time, that forest tree runs, let's say, a 4.5 40, and I'm only guesstimating here because Nivelle Clark, he didn't run the 40 at the combine. I'm just basing it off the game film that I've watched of him. That is Nivelle Clark. And the way that receivers are in the NFL nowadays, I feel like they're a lot softer because the rules just cater to the offense to where receivers, they're either catching passes or if it's broken up, they immediately get up, flail their arms in the air. Where's the flag, ref? That's pass interference. I can understand how receivers may do that over the course of a game with a Nivelle Clark, and the refs will just say, no, that's just really good defense. And I guess you can maybe consider this a hot take. I don't give a damn. I like Nivelle Clark a lot more than I do with Harrison Hand, who the Minnesota Vikings actually drafted. Next, we're going to talk Miles Doran, safety out of North Carolina. Number one thing you'll notice about this guy, closeout speed is incredible. He also, I swear he does a good job of sniffing out plays before execution, so his football IQ is up to here. Add on top of that the speed and the oomph that he delivers with his hits, and you've got an electric football player. And plays in the backfield, forget about it. RPOs, zone reads, screen passes, pitch plays to the running backs. Miles Doran will smell it out and shut that shit right down. This is a guy along with Troy Dye, who I know played linebacker in college. I feel like he can play some safety at the next level. This is a guy, Miles Doran, that I feel like if he gets the opportunity, he is going to shine. And lastly, we're going to talk about Courtney Davis, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. Now, I did a couple of mock drafts. One of them, I mocked Courtney Davis to the Vikings in the 4th or 5th round. And I talked about Courtney Davis last week in the live stream. The fact that this man went undrafted is incredible. What I love most about this guy, actually, there's 2 things. Number one, after the catch, he turns on the jets. He's almost unstoppable. And the route running, explosive route running, especially on the breaks. So when I'm talking about breaks, let's say you're running a post pattern, depending on if it's inside or outside, I guess it doesn't matter, but you run 7 or 9 yards vertical before you make your break to go in the direction of that post route. It is incredible to watch. It's almost like ballet, almost like art, like poetry, just beautiful to watch. And I swear it's almost like a spitting image if you want to put them side by side. And I hate talking about this guy, but the guy that is no longer with this team that we just traded, number 14, and I think which is really appropriate because this guy, Courtney Davis, was assigned number 14. So we traded number 14. We got a new number 14. I think Courtney Davis is going to be the wide receiver 3. And I'm going to add a hot take on top of that. I don't think Tajay Sharp makes the 53-man roster. I just don't see it. When you consider Adam Thielen at the 1, Justin Jefferson at the 2, either Courtney Davis or BC Johnson, they're going to battle it out for the 3. Whoever loses out is 4. KJ Osborne, I would give him 5. Where's the room for a Tajay Sharp? I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make the 53-man roster for the 2020 Minnesota Vikings. So which undrafted free agents do you see making the team and making potentially a big impact if the opportunity comes knocking for those particular players. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below this video. We do this at least once a week on Mondays. Mediocre at Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Facebook at Realistic Randy, Twitter at Realistic_Randy. We'll see you next time.